What's up, you guys? It's Paul here from the 9 to 5 Investors Club. In this video, I wanted to talk to you about some of the biggest movers in the market today and some news behind what happened which led to these big moves, okay? Now, a quick recap on the market itself. There wasn't a whole lot that happened today. The Nasdaq is down about 0.3%, both Dow and S&P are down about 0.5%, which is pretty much expected considering the recovery we saw yesterday. But the biggest thing I want to talk to you about was NIO, shot up nearly 12% today if you include after hours here. And the reason for that is because they recently had an auto show where they announced the autopilot feature as well as faster charging options, okay? Now, the company showcased the Power Swap Station, 3 types of chargers, NIO innovations, and patents in NIO Life, okay? Now, the first thing they talked about was the new driver's assistance functionality, where they released the Navigate on Pilot feature, which automatically guides the car on ring roads and highways, okay? Now, this is the first NIO.com commercial application of high-definition map in China on the ADAS functionality of mass-produced vehicles, which further enhances NIO Pilot's capability. Now, in addition to the autopilot announcements, another thing they announced was the faster charging options, where they added 20 kilowatt DC chargers to the list of destination charging stations to accelerate charging speed in certain scenarios and expand destination charging service coverage, okay? Now, this rapid charging facility will be offered under the company's battery as a service offering, which is really, really great news for NIO because battery as a service is definitely going to be extremely profitable for any EV company right now going forward, okay? Now, they also announced a new Power Up plan that provides a commitment of $14.6 million US subsidy for the deployment of a total of 30,000 destination DC chargers, forming a convenient and flexible charging network covering the country, okay? Now, with the announcements, a lot of investors were pretty excited about it. Even today, Deutsche Bank said that NIO commands loyalty in China and is on track to develop an autonomous car in the next couple of years, okay? Now, this is pretty exciting. They rated it a buy, but the main pushback on the bullish view was that NIO's brand does not create the same level of excitement and loyalty in China as Tesla and German luxury automakers do, okay? This is perfectly understandable. Even in my opinion, I still think Tesla is going to be the leader in the EV market, but NIO is going to be a pretty close second in my opinion. And in the long term, I think NIO is still going to come out one of the winners, okay? Now, they do have a local competitor named XPeng in autonomous car technology, but NIO is still officially planning to unveil its all-electric sedan later this year called EE7 with a revamped hardware sensor suite that will enable Level 4 autonomy by 2022, which should alleviate some of these concerns. Okay, now Level 4 autonomy is where the car is fully functional and drive by itself without requiring a human behind the wheel. It can still allow a human to take hold of the steering wheel and control the car, but the fact that it can have full functionality by itself is pretty impressive by 2022, okay? So in the long term, I think NIO will still fare pretty well. I am pretty bullish on it. I'm not specifically looking to buy shares after the surge here, but it's definitely a stock that I'm watching right now, okay? Now, on some great news for Tesla was that Walmart tripled the Tesla Semi orders in Canada. They reserved about 130 trucks, and once in service, Walmart will have one of the biggest electric truck fleets in Canada as part of a company-wide goal to achieve zero emissions by 2040, okay? Now, this is pretty exciting news because this is just Walmart Canada, okay? So Walmart has warehouses and trucks all over the world, and if they see some good success in Tesla, stays true to their delivery timeline and the performance and everything that they're expecting, I wouldn't be surprised if Walmart all over the world might consider ordering some of the Tesla semis, okay? Now, this can really, really add to the downline, the overall revenue to Tesla, on top of the amazing reveals that they showed on Battery Day with their cost savings and how much energy they're planning to produce, with the $25,000 Model 2 that they're potentially unveiling. I really think in the long term, Tesla is going to become more and more consistently profitable. And I'm really, really excited about where Tesla is going to be 3, 5, and even 10 years down the line, okay? Now, on top of that, we also saw e-commerce stocks shoot up a lot today. Shopify is up 6%. We also saw BigCommerce, which was up but almost 12% today, which is pretty amazing. And the reason behind this is because the COVID cases have started going up, and so more and more investors are starting to bet more on e-commerce again, because with more and more COVID cases, investors now are thinking that more and more people will start transitioning to e-commerce even more than they already have been, and that's why both big commerce as well as Shopify shot up today. Okay, now another reason also was the fact that they have come down quite a bit. Shopify not so much, but big commerce did shoot up quite a bit earlier in August, and they came down quite a bit. So in essence, the e-commerce boost has lifted both Shopify and BigCommerce today. And in the long term, I'm bullish on both of them, which is why I do own shares of both BigCommerce and Shopify as well. And so BigCommerce also has a partnership with Facebook where they're working with them for the Instagram checkout option through BigCommerce. So I think once that's in play, BigCommerce is going to benefit a lot from it. Okay, so the whole trend to e-commerce is getting faster and faster with the whole COVID situation right now. In my opinion, the biggest beneficiaries are companies like Shopify, BigCommerce. There's also Etsy and another hidden stock in e-commerce that a lot of people may not know about is Avalara. Now, Avalara deals with a lot of taxes related to online shopping where they automatically calculate the local taxes that are applicable for any purchase. Okay, so this is almost like a toll booth of taxes for any kind of online shopping, and this is kind of an under the radar stock that is really benefiting from the shift to e-commerce. And so this is something I'm definitely watching. Okay, I do have a couple of debit spreads on it, but eventually I'm also planning to open up some shares. Okay, now on top of that, even Fastly moved up a lot today. If I pull up the stock here, in the beginning of the day they shot up nearly 8%, and they started coming down. And the reason for this is because TikTok actually is one of the biggest revenue streams for Fastly. They're about 6% of Fastly's revenue, and it's becoming more and more likely that TikTok will not get banned in the US, and so Fastly might benefit from it if TikTok continues to operate in the US. Okay, and again, in the long term, Fastly is one of the pure play edge computing stocks, so I'm pretty excited about this stock. I've owned it pretty much close to IPO, then I sold out a little too early, and then I started buying back in around $74 or $75. So overall, in the long term, I think Fastly is going to benefit a lot within the edge computing world, and so this is definitely, we're still pretty far away from the highs, and if you look at it from 3 to 5 years down the line, I think this is a pretty good time to open a position if you haven't already. Okay. So another stock that I'm looking at is Facebook here. Not a whole lot of major news as such. It's up around 2% today. From a technicals perspective, honestly, guys, technicals, I only use it as a mere guideline here. Ultimately, the reason I buy stocks or calls usually on stocks is because I'm bullish on the company itself. I think Facebook is here to stay. I think they found so many ways to monetize all their platforms that they're not going anywhere. They're growing at amazing rates. They're incredibly profitable. And irrespective of what's thrown at them, I think they are going to still come out okay on the other end. Okay. So just some high level things on the technicals that I'm looking at are that they're retesting the 50-day moving average. The volume is pretty low, only about 20 million today compared to some some big movers we saw earlier where the volume was more like 70 to 80 million. But we are seeing a little bit of a turnover in the MACD. If you look at an MACD crossover, that's going to be another confirmation that I would look at. But personally, I think this pullback from the highs of 300 was necessary, and I'm really excited to actually put in some money right now. Okay, in my Discord group, I recommended the November 20th 290 calls that I'm buying. I bought this just 2 days ago. I'm surprised that they're already up nearly 43%, but I pretty much recommended it in the Discord group first thing this morning. Okay, in the options trade alerts here. So my goal with this options trade is that I'm going to wait for it to recover a little bit. The all-time high for Facebook was around $304, and so we are down quite a bit from there. So I might see in the next 4 to 6 weeks, if we see a bit of a recovery, this option might go up 100 to 150%. That would be amazing. If it does, I'm going to sell out, but I'm not going to wait till expiration, okay, because the strike price is really high. So these are the stocks that I'm watching, guys, and some of the reasoning behind why some of the stocks popped so much today. If you found that helpful, please do smash the like button, and please do join the Discord group, guys. It's completely free. I share my thoughts on different stocks and options trades that I'm doing in real time as soon as I do them or just before I'm doing them. It's completely free. It could be a learning experience for you, and if you're completely new to options trading as well, you can understand how I go about picking strike prices and my thesis behind each trade. Okay. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks again for watching. Okay, until next time, bye bye.